Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Helene Honey. If it's your first time here, welcome. So I want to share with you why you should allow yourself to change even when others do not. Allow yourself, give yourself permission to change, to transform. And I wanted to share this message with you because if you're on this channel, then I know that you're transforming in some way. You're healing yourself and you're becoming an elevated version of yourself. More refined, better, healthier, more aware, maybe more spiritual. The crazy thing about rebirth and changing is that it's not always so fun when you're becoming something new. Your biggest cheerleader, your biggest support is going to need to be yourself. Allow yourself to change. You know, the crazy thing about change is that when it's time, we cannot resist change. What you resist will persist. Okay, so the universe is living through us and you're on your own individual path. I want you to focus it on yourself. If your inside world is calling you to change something, allow yourself to do it. You know, love yourself through the process, but allow yourself to change even when others do not, because a huge part of transforming yourself, a huge part, is letting go, releasing, to be able to move forward. And change can be scary because maybe the people you're used to being around or mindsets we've always carried, certain behaviors, certain habits. But when it's time to change, you have to release it. And sometimes this means releasing things or people, you know, what you're used to, things that you love, how you've seen yourself. But again, if you resist change, like if the universe is trying to have you change, if it's time for a change in your life, then you can try to avoid it, but it's going to be this persistent feeling within yourself that, okay, it's time, even if it's scary. And that's why I tell you, allow yourself, surrender to what the universe is doing in your life, and, you know, see what awaits you on the other side of change. Allow yourself to change even when others do not, because everybody's on their own path. So sometimes when it's time to change, it means you're outgrowing other people, even people that you love, and you might feel guilty, like you don't want to leave them behind, or you might feel afraid. Maybe you don't want to be by yourself, or you don't know what's next. But you're never by yourself, you know, because the divine, this life experience is so alive, and you never know, you can be someone who inspires other people to change. Like your transformation can help in someone else's healing story. See, everybody's in our life for a certain season. You know, they come in at the perfect time, sometimes they leave, but it's in the perfect time. You know, and so we want to be brave and not be afraid of change, because that's the purpose of life. Think about the earth. It's changing. It's gonna change no matter what we do. Whether we like it, don't like it, try to fight it, summer is gonna come, winter is gonna come. And that's just how it is on earth. I want you to allow yourself to grow and evolve and not try to control how that happens. Tune into yourself and be able to hear your own inner voice, to distinguish what's right and what's wrong. Raise the standards for your life, for the quality of your life. And sometimes it's kind of like a test that will happen. Circumstances or people or a situation might enter your life where it's like testing you. Are you going to hold to who you are and who you choose to be? Or are you going to lower yourself to what you're used to, your comfort zone, or, you know, because you're afraid of change, or you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want people to look at you. And so instead, release, let go. When you're changing, sometimes it can trigger other people because they're used to a certain version of you. But when you're becoming healthier, when you're growing, it's the time to set boundaries and have standards for your life. Have a clear direction of where you're going, and you're shedding. You know, like that's what transformation is. Think of a snake that is shedding its skin, you know, like, so it's natural, it's nature, and we can't fight it, because then we're going to feel agitated. We're going to feel like frustrated within because we're trying to resist. What you resist will persist. So that's why I say when it's time to change, allow yourself to. And it doesn't matter if you have to let people go. Like sometimes it hurts. Sometimes we want to hold on to the bad. And I just want you to be free and let go. Let go to grow. When it's your time to change, when you're changing, you're on your own individual path. So sometimes your journey is going to look different than other people's. Your pace, calling, your direction. And so you'll veer off course if you're paying attention to other people or if you're afraid to be in your authentic truth. Allow yourself to change and evolve for the better, even when others do not. So it's best to surround yourself with people who can match your energy, who are on a similar trajectory, similar path, because otherwise it could take you off course. And you have to choose yourself, and that's real self-love. I think about this a lot when it comes to like relationships, any type of relationship, friends, family, romantic relationships, but at one point in time, maybe they aligned for you, but then as you're changing, sometimes you have to let them go. And that's the painful part of change and transformation. But like, not everyone can go. It's not their timing quite yet. But I don't want you to restrict yourself in the process because you don't want to stunt your own growth. You don't want to limit yourself. You're putting a cap on your life. Life is only so long, like this lifetime, right? And if spirit is living through each of us, you're on your own path. You have your own journey to focus on. And so to thrive in life and to reach new heights, to reach your goals and, really become who you came here to be, being your truth, you want to be moving from a place of strength and faith. And, trust the divine, trust God, trust the timing of your life. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right, and sometimes this means leaving people behind. Sometimes this means outgrowing certain things, but that's okay. Family, for example, it's very intertwined, and there can be unhealthy dynamics that's just how it is in your certain family. And maybe there's some unhealthy behaviors happening. Okay, so then if you are working on yourself, if you're doing shadow work, inner work, you're healing, you're growing, you're more focused on bettering yourself. Okay, you discover, oh, this is not okay with me. You're allowed to feel that way. And it doesn't matter how long you've been doing one behavior, you're allowed to change. Allow yourself to change even when others do not. And you can decide to create boundaries in your life. You can decide to leave an unhealthy relationship and make space for a better one. You can decide to stop, doing a certain behavior and change. You're allowed to change, but don't think that everyone's going to be happy for your changes or that they're going to come along with you or that they're going to be on board. Sometimes, a lot of times, most of the times, you have to just release. You can't force other people to change. You can't expect them to come with you, or have want a similar thing as you. And so it's that's why I say it's a test. Are you going to choose yourself, or are you going to limit yourself? Are you going to put a cap on your growth? Are you or are you going to let yourself thrive? And so, yeah, like with the boundaries thing, you can decide, okay, well, these are my boundaries. These are the standards for my life. If other people don't like it, that's their problem, not yours. Don't shrink yourself into places that you've outgrown. Don't be the old version of yourself if you're changing. Allow yourself to change. Just because you've been one way for a long time, when it's time for change, it's a beautiful rebirth. It's a new season. Life is a constant opportunity for change at every moment. The only thing stopping anyone from changing is themselves. And that's okay because everyone's going at their own pace. What lifetime are you on? You know, what are you here to do on the planet? But I know for me, I experienced a lot of huge changes in the last, let's say, 5 years of my life. And it transformed me into a better version of myself, really my true self. You know, the past version of myself was covered in a lot of traumas and icky things that, you know, it's part of my own personal journey. But then I had the chance to change, and I did. And I'm still transforming. But what does that look like? It looks like having to let go and release so many things: people, places, identities, beliefs, mindsets, even foods, even bad habits. And so that I can step in to what's truly within my heart and soul, you know, and now I'm glowing from the inside out. And sometimes when you change for the better, but someone else has not, they can be mad at you, hating on you. They don't like it. Your light, it irritates them. It's a reflection to them. It's triggering them. You know, it's illuminating their own shadows. But I want you to shine anyways. I want you to grow anyways. I want you to bloom and keep blooming, keep thriving, keep stretching yourself, keep giving yourself permission to change for the better. And change is not a one-time thing. Like, we can constantly change. You're allowed to change even when others do not. If they truly love you, they'll be happy for you. If they're truly meant to be in your life, then they will be. But don't put others before yourself. Like, don't allow people to dampen your shine, you know, put a dark cloud over you, try to, you know, crabs in a barrel, try to pull you down, try to, you know, might trust the changes that the universe is doing through you. And it's beautiful to transform, but it also hurts because for rebirth to happen, you're letting other things die out. And sometimes we might want to look behind our shoulder and, like, you know, maybe feel regret or guilt, you know, doubt. But I'm just wanting to make this video to encourage you that, you know, save this video because there's so many changes that are going to happen in your life. And as a collective, we're changing on the planet anyways. Like, we're becoming more conscious. A lot of lies are coming into the light, and we are learning more as humanity, you know, in so many ways. You know, to have a fulfilling, enriching life, you're going to be constantly changing. And so I just wanted to make this video to encourage you. Don't be afraid. Be brave. Plunge into the unknown, you know, tap into your faith, surrender to change, don't resist it, embrace change, embrace uncertainty, because this is what's going to make you strong. This is what's going to increase your faith. And this is where the magic is. Like, don't you want to discover who you are on the other side of those changes, right? And don't let people hinder you. Don't let them stop your growth. If they want to be mad, let them be mad. They want to hate on you, get away from them, you know, and this is how you practice true self-love. I hope this video helped you in some way. I'm sending you so much power, healing, and love into your life. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.